Hey y'all, Ms. B. And before I start, the Housewives of Atlanta, episode 3, High Notes and Cheap Shots. Can y'all please subscribe? I see why all the YouTubers like, subscribe. Because I be seeing y'all looking at my channel, but I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm my views are ticking up. So can we please subscribe? Yeah, go down there to that little button down there. If you're on your phone or whatever, click that like button and then hit that little subscribe thing. Do that. So let's get into the Housewives of Atlanta, episode 3, the Sweet 16 season. This episode gave us our taglines. I mean, we come out with Porsha. I snatched my peach, but back now. But sorry, y'all. I gotta say it in my Porsche voice. I snatched my peach, but I'm back now to burn the juice. And then Drew, I am always upper level. Everyone's in the basement. Okay, Drew. Then we have Shamea. +1. I've always been that one. And you are raw. I am a Shamea stan. Then we have Kelly, who I'm liking more. She says, I'm a mama for, give me attitude and I'll ground you too. Yeah, okay. Okay, Angela. I don't really like Angela. Angela don't fit with this group. Let's move on. Her tagline. If you want to find a shade, look for the oak. That sounds like slavery. If you want to find a shade, look for the oak. Sounds like something Harriet Tubman would say. Go look for the oak. Anyway. And then we have Britt. I'm pretty and paid. Of course, these haters are gonna try to shade. Okay, Brittany. All right, Brittany. Anyway, let's get into the first scene. Britt and her family. I want to preface this by saying, why does Britt sound like this? It's going to be a lot of notes, conversation going on tonight. But I want Britt to get a melting pot. A melting pot. What's that thing you put in your nose? Because this is all I hear when I hear Britt talk. Anyway, her family come on. Actually, it's her in-laws. It's Mike's family. And they're, in the kitchen cooking, making lobster, scallops, family coming in. Everybody, hey, how you doing? Great. Seen you, whatever. And then they go to a confessional and Britt was like, I say to all the guys, girl, is that cute? Anyway. And she was a video Vic saying, I want to say I had read that Britt was like that girl back in the day. And I think that still sits in her head. And girl, you just giving me an Instagram model that needs to retire. Anyway, moving on. Britt has her personal assistant Ruben there. And she's like, any questions you need to ask me, ask Ruben. And then, everybody's sitting down, whatever. And then the confessionals asked, like, did you date Rick Ross? Because she was like, all the basketball players and all the rappers, that's not a thing. Mike is my person, whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what she says. And they sitting down eating lobster. And I was looking at the lobster because I love lobster and scallops. I mean, I love seafood. And I was looking, I was like, I think they chef overcooked that lobster just a little bit. Even one of the kids was like, is this too fancy? Why we have that lobster? Like, kids be wanting hot dogs, mac and cheese, and hamburgers. Like, why are we eating lobsters? But anyway, at the table, Britt brings up Kenya again. She was talking about my ring. Again. Now we're going to start to see the rollout of how Britt and Kenya are going to get into this thing. Because I was like, what had happened? Like, why do we get this? Why did Kenya get kicked off the show? Like, what? Kenya, I guess we're going to get there eventually. Because I saw previews of the next episode. And so Mike's sister's asking questions like, what's going on with y'all, girl? Like, what's the tea? And then he was like, we're going to have a baby. He weird. He's weird. What did you met him during COVID and got married during COVID? Like, girl, he weird. Where he from? His sister seemed normal, but he seems weird. And he was like, we're going to have a baby. And she was like, not until a ceremony. And he was like, no, ceremony. Whatever the hell he be saying. And she was like, why not? And he don't want to answer this because he deflects to, he was like, I don't want to talk about a baby talk, get more scallops. And Ruben and sister said, scallops up. I was like, okay. So then Britt takes the sister down into the basement. But before then, we find out more Britt's story. You know, her dad passed away in 2015. He had a business. He had a $2 million life insurance policy. I want to say this. Message. Insert message. This is Ms. B, the corporate America person talking to you. When you get insurance policies through your company, they don't transfer to the next company. It is great to get a life insurance policy outside of the company. Because what she said was her dad had a $2 million life insurance policy, but her mom couldn't get it because he was between jobs. So all of the pump and the circumstances the companies give you, the 401k match, life insurance policy, whatever, if you leave that company, that doesn't follow you. You have to get your own, find your own company and set up your own plan, your will, your everything to have your money go to your spouse or whoever outside of the company. Because once you leave, that's over with. Like once you are between jobs or you're not with that same company, it's over with. But anyway, she said she started the business with her sisters. It didn't work out because she was being like, I guess, the big boss. Her sisters didn't like it. She closed the business. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. Y'all make sure if you get a life insurance policy, if you with a great company, you could be with the best of them. If something happens, that life insurance policy that you have with that company doesn't follow you. That only is when you're with that company. So anyway, she started a business. She had to fire her sister. She don't really have a conversation with her sisters. And then her and Mike's sister go down to the basement, kind of try to talk or whatever. And she was saying how she had to do a GoFundMe for her dad's funeral. Like, that's horrible. You imagine you working your whole entire life and you think you live in all this wealth and these things, this generational wealth for your family, and it doesn't happen like that. She had to create a GoFundMe. So they trying to talk or whatever, and then Mike bring his weird ass downstairs and was like, what about the dessert? Dessert is ready. It's strawberry shortcake. Ooh, living on something. I was like, oh my God, like, girl, your husband, excuse me, girl, I gotta take a sip. Her husband is weird. Mike is weird. So anyway, we go to Porsha and Porsha gets there first. And Porsha orders her a strawberry Hennessy margarita. I was like, girl, is that a thing? I can't do Hennessy, though. Hennessy treats me a different type of way. I can't do it. I'm not a Hennessy girl. But then Kelly arrives. It's so awkward. Porsha setting up the cutlery and giving the menu to Kelly and everything. And then Porsha said in a confessional she needs Hennessy and Nisha. Okay? She needs that to get to this conversation. Kelly doesn't want to drink. The vibes are off. Kelly said in her confession, the vibes are off. I was getting second-hand embarrassment looking at this scene. I was like, oh my God, like, this is so cringe. The vibes are off. It's off. But anyway, they get to talking. And then they show Kelly, insinuating, they show Kelly calling Porsha to invite her to her Balmain event. Portia's like, who is this? She's like, it's Kelly. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, girl, I'll come. So they get to talking, whatever, and Porsha was like, well, I heard all these things, whatever. And then Kelly was like, no, I was just saying, she said it in a more, like, why did you take that lady husband? We still don't get no answer from Porsha about that. Porsha, I have been rooting for you. Girl, just say it. Like, just say what it is. Like, did you take him? Like, the more you deflect from this actual topic that the world wants to know, it makes you look worse. So anyway, Kelly said, I'm going to invite you to my ball main event. And Porsha said, oh, girl, I didn't know what personality I was going to get. And they all, and Porsha was like, because Kelly has all these personalities, loud, loud, and louder, and loud, loud, loud. And then they showed the confessionals and Kelly in the Red. I do not like that confessional on Kelly in the Red. It's giving real 50 Shades of Grey. It's giving real. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's giving real. I'm not going to try to say what I'm thinking. I don't like it with the makeup up here. It ain't cute. So then Porsha kind of exaggerates, which I'm starting to notice a theme with you this season, Porsha. The conversation that Shamea had with Kelly and Britt. Shamea defended you, Porsha. And she was like, well, it was told to me. Y'all was talking about me and whatever. And she was like, no, that's not how it was going. And then she was just like, I just said you took that lady husband or whatever. And then it's kind of like giving Porsha is trying to set Shamea up to be like the bad guy. So then after they settle down, the awkwardness calms down, then Kelly wants a glass of champagne. They laugh it up. Porsha calls a little troll. How tall is Kelly? Like, I'm 5'2". Kelly looks shorter than me. And if she be having on heels, like, girl, is you 4'11"? Like, how tall are you? She's like, you're a cute little troll. She said, I hope I'm Poppy, the cute troll, whatever. They kiki, laugh it up. The scene ends. Then we go to Drew in the studio. Every time I see Drew in the scene, I be going, Drew is in the scene. She in the studio, but I want to point something out. She seems like she's in the same outfit in the same studio they showed us on episode 1 when Dennis, when they was like Porsha's Dennis and they pan the camera, but he wasn't in the camera. But this time we don't see Dennis in the studio. So you have Kenya, Angela, and Cynthia and her wig. Cynthia, what is wrong with your wig? Girl, what is wrong with your wigs? What is wrong with your wigs? You are a beautiful woman. I don't care how old you are. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. But girl, these wigs are giving a $99 special that they be having at the beauty supply store. Girl, your wigs are not cute. Anyway, they get to talking about, Angela and Charles' marriage. She's like, it's our first marriage. And I stalked him at the concierge. Angela and Charles, y'all don't fit. It won't work. Whatever. So then Kenya asks, where's Dennis? And like I said, I remember the first episode, editing. This is how they do the editing in the shows. Drew has on that same outfit. She's singing that same song in that same studio. We don't see Dennis in this scene. Porsha told him, don't you film with her. He listened. Drew deflects. Then she asks, like, isn't Dennis the executive producer? She's like, yes, he's paying all the money. It's nothing there. We don't even talk on the phone. And then production shows Drew on the phone with Dennis. And it says, Dennis, bro, what up, though? That's how you answer the phone. And Kenya calls out Drew. Drew's like, doing the Drew thing. I don't know what's wrong. I don't get it. It's just business. And, these songs, even though it's a love song, it's a love getting out song. And I just don't, whatever, Drew. Whatever, Drew. And then Kenya calls Drew. I was like, girl, you can't play the victim. Like, you know what you're doing. You brought yourself into this situation. And she said, you're dead wrong. You're literally dead wrong for trying to film with this girl baby daddy without telling her. And then Drew pulls up all these text messages of random stuff. Like, when people text you, like, hey, girl, let's meet up. Y'all really don't link up. Girl, let me call you. But y'all really don't call each other. Something serious like this, where you're going to be filming on a platform where Porsha going through all of this. At this time, Simon is being a whole terrorist on social media with Porsha. Like, girl, you should have picked up the phone and called her. Even Cynthia was like, I wasn't even looking for Porsha like that, and I found Porsha. Like, you should pick the phone. Like, girl, I just want you to know it ain't nothing like that, like you think it is. But which is crazy though, because all the producers in Atlanta, Atlanta is the mecca of producers. But whatever, you wanted to use Dennis, you should have picked up the phone and called her. And then Cynthia confessional, like I said, she said, girl, I wasn't even looking for Porsha, and I found her. And then they brought up when Leon, we know Leon from all the movies, Waiting to Exhale, all the things, 5 Heartbeats, everything. And Cynthia was like, do you know that Kenya used Leon for what is it called? Twirls Out. Everybody twirl, all the twirls. You know that movie that Kenya did. And she had, like, she called me. Like, girl, is it okay if I use your baby daddy? Even though y'all not together. And at that time, I think she was married to Peter. It's the respect thing. And Drew's like, she keeps acting like she's so, what? He's my heaven on earth. What do you mean? These are love songs. It's balanced. It's professional. Anyway, and Kenya said, you looking like a whore. Not King. What Phaedra call her? Kenya Moore whore? Or did Nene call her that? I was like, not Kenya calling her a whore. Even Cynthia said, not a hoe, but a whore. Girl, she call you a whore. And Brooke Joe was like, who, man? Could be that same actor thing that she does. And then Angela brings up Shamea. Angela has a hard-on for Shamea for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what for. Maybe because she went to her house at Sterling Hall and was jealous. But she got a hard-on for Shamea. And she's like, yeah, you know, I brought up, like, she brought it up that, what, are you effing did this? And no, Shamea did not say that. Unless Bravo took it out. Shamea asked, are you dating Dennis? Are you seeing Dennis? 3 people have asked me, are you with Dennis? Where did the effing thing come in? Like, did we miss that? Was that said and we didn't get to see it? Because Shamea did not say that. Like, we're not stupid. And everybody was like, oh, can you, like, girl, y'all went there? And then anyway, the end of this scene, Cynthia gave her bad wig. It was like a mullet. It was like a mullet or something. What, girl? Cynthia, you're too pretty for that. She was like, girl, let me tell you something. Baby daddies hit different. Even if you don't like them, if you don't talk to them. I'm on this show. I didn't give you wigs. I didn't make you the ambassador of my company. And you feeling with my baby daddy. Cynthia made a valid point. Baby daddies hit very different. Real different. Okay? So then the next scene, we go to Shamea and her sisters. I want to say, I love Shamea's story. I love to see Shamea's life. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but she talks a lot about her, you know, her fertility issues, and all women are having it right now. I mean, it's becoming a thing. I remember having this conversation with my mom. Like, I don't remember people having this problem getting pregnant, and they talk about Shiloh, and her sisters are saying, like, Shiloh is fine. Like, she's you know, smiling. She's a purpose here on this earth. God knows the purpose, girl. Don't worry about it. And then Shamea tells, like, you know, when she can't, you know, pick up the kids or do whatever because she's working. In my mind, I was like, this should have been a scene for Porsha and Shamea. I get her sisters on the show, but I feel like this should have been a scene for Porsha and Shamea to talk about Shiloh, and then her other daughter, Shia, having to get her tonsils removed. And then they talk about the ectopic pregnancy and how 2024 was just a horrible year for her. Girl, it was for me too. Okay? They let you know money don't make you happy. Because 2024 was a horrible year for me too. And, you know, she's talking about her hormones. You can't have too many hormones because it may cause more health issues. And the sisters were just calming her down. And we go into, you know, they show Shiloh. She's happy. She's smiling. She in the pool. And that's the scene. I want Shamea to give more of her story other than the health and stuff. It's good to hear. It's great to hear. But I don't want it to be every episode about the health issues of the baby, health issues of her. Like, we need to get to the meat and potatoes. Like, what is going on? Like, I really want to know what happened with her and Porsha. Like, I really do. It's good seeing it. I hope this is the last time that we go into the health things. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's like, I get it. I get it, and it's horrible. It's a very stressful. It was a horrible year for her. I get it. Okay? Moving on. Angela and Charles Oakley. I'm going to make it really brief. I don't like Angela. I'm sorry. In your Jackson 5 nostrils. She ain't got the Jackson 5 nostril. Jackson 5 had the big nostril. She got the 90s nose. Okay? She got the 90s nose. And she flipped houses. And they talk about what we already know. He's been banned from Madison Square Garden. Apparently, he's still filing a suit trying to get back into the garden. Why? 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 Okay, whatever. And then she was saying during that time they had to separate. And I was like, how long though? Because they have different kids at different ages. How long did they separate? Okay, whatever. And they want to do a vow renewal. And I was like, not another Bravo vow renewal. That's what I'm saying. She fit in with the previous OGs of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She don't fit in with this. It ain't working. It won't work. It's just not working. And then how she spent $3K a month on the therapist. I'm like, girl, who is your therapist? Girl, $3K. And then she was like, no, maybe like $12K. That's still too much money for a therapist for once a month. I see my therapist. I'm gonna tell you how much I make, but pay her, but it ain't actually, girl, it ain't in the thousands. I'll just go to Jesus in my prayer closet if it come to that. So the next scene, we with Drew and her attorney. I was like, oh, so Drew ain't going to Randy too? Randy Kessler? She not doing the housewife thing. She over with a black lady. I forgot her name. But anyway, I'm just gonna bullet point everything. Ralph last hearing didn't have a lawyer. He was cross-examining her. Ralph won't get out of the home because he can't afford another home. He says Ralph hasn't submitted his financials. Ralph has access to Drew's financials and takes her money, but she can't see what he has. What the heck does Ralph do for a living? He's giving Tommy for Martin. He's giving Tommy. Is it in Tampa? What is it? And I saw his little whack little YouTube thinking, I'm in the basement. Da, 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 da. Get off our line with that. Get away from us with that Apollo. We don't care about that. Ralph is a stalker. Ralph has been tracking Drew. Ralph is a serial cheater. Ralph has been sexting. Whoa. We already knew this about weird ass Ralph. Okay, Drew, you could put your Mary J. Blige, I ain't gonna cry, I ain't gonna shed no tear glasses on, and get off our line, get off our TV screen, and leave the lawyer's office, because I really didn't care about that scene at all. And then the next scene, we have a little snippet of Shia and Shamea going to take Shia's tonsils out and her adenoids or whatever. Then we have Porsha and Miss Diane. I want to say this. Miss Diane seems like she's that mother that tells the daughter all the wrong things, because some of the stuff she said I ain't like. But anyway, they go to a spa, get massages, and she get to talking about Simon. Porsha get to talk about Simon. And then Diane was like, I thought he was your protector. And all of these things. And she was like, I thought so too. And they playing in the camera. That's baby. Whoever sent Simon ice did a good one for Porsha. Because I guarantee you what, if Simon was terrorizing us on the internet like he was before he got locked up by ICE, he would defute all these claims. So anyway, Porsha explains to us that, in America, you file your divorce, you move on, you handle it in a judicial situation. In Nigeria, she tried to reach out to his cousin, his pastor, and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want no parts of it. And she seems so surprised. Why would you not seem surprised, Porsha? Huh? Like, why are you acting like the internet's ain't been talking about this man? You think his family in Nigeria don't know what he doing? I mean, like, it's crazy. And then she brought up Shamea. And I don't like the comment that Miss Diane said, she was like, Shamea talks about me to the girls. Like, she didn't say it like that, but she was making Shamea out to be like a bad person, and she was being a friend. She defended you, girl. She defended you when Kelly first brought up you taking that lady husband after you done been to her house. She defended you. And so anyway, Miss Diane brought, like, you gotta be careful about who bringing the bone. I know that's your best friend. I ain't like it. I ain't like that. I ain't like that scene. Because to me, in my soul, I feel like Shamea is a good person. She even said, I missed over this part when she was talking to her sisters. When she's going through what she got going through, she would push her feelings to the side and take care of everybody else. Shamea seems like a good person. And we've seen Shamea on our TV screens for over a decade being a very good friend to Porsha. I don't understand like why Miss Diane would say that and put like Shamea in a negative light. And then Porsha like, you know, she set me up to be ambushed. No, what she told Kelly was, I don't want nothing to do with that. You want to talk to Porsha about her business or whatever, talk to Porsha. Not to set you up. Like, Porsha, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Don't do Shamea. Don't do her. So the next thing, everybody get ready for Kelly's event, the ball at Balmain. She shuts down Balmain. It's for the, I'm going to pronounce this. It's a big word. It's a long word. Osteogenesis Imperfecta Foundation. IO. And it's a brittle bone disease. So you see everybody arriving up to the store. Brooklyn, Kenya and Brooklyn show up. Angela and her daughter show up. Angela. Porsha and PJ show up. And then Porsha lets Kenya know, girl, me and Drew share the same hairstylist and makeup artist. And she made him late. So I had to do what I had to do to come here. And I'm on time. And she was like, in her confession, she was like, I guess she didn't want to get no more ponytail. So I put my hand on. She didn't want to get no more ponytail, Porsha. So she made sure she had no ponytail, and she made the makeup artist and the hairstylist late. Then we have Cynthia come in. Cynthia's wig was giving Ike Turner. Do y'all remember that scene of What's Love Got to Do With It when Tina Turner was in the booth singing, people keep the city clean. He was like, no, you ain't singing it right. And he was walking around with the wig on. He was like, sing the song like I tell you. If you just sing the song like I tell you. That was Cynthia's wig. Cynthia, where did you get this wig from, girl? Cynthia, why are you wearing Ike Turner's wig? I'm in confusion. And after that, she was having a whole conversation. I forgot with who child. I was so distracted by her and her Ike Turner wig. It was giving me that scene. He had that wig on. She was in the booth and he had that belt on with the hand on it. Everybody who watched What's Love Got to Do With It know the wig I'm talking about. Cynthia was wearing Ike Turner's wig. Did she get it from an auction? I'm trying to understand. Girl. Cynthia, why did you have on Ike's wig? Why? Anyway, Shamea shows up, and Shamea and Porsha had this little moment where they both want the 2K Balmain bag tote. They take a picture. It's a little bit, but their energy still was giving me like they doing it for the cameras, but they not really effing with each other like that. And then Angela asked Cynthia in her wig, should she talk to Shamea? And then I was distracted by Cynthia's wig again. I forgot what Cynthia said to her. Then Porsha asked if Shamea talked to Angela. And Shamea was like, from the 90s? The retro nose? Shamea, you funny. I like Shamea. I like you. She was like, what you mean retro nose? She was like, girl, her nose. It's 90s nose. Everybody in the 90s who got a nose job had a nose like this. They did. They had it like this. Anyway. And then we have the organization person come on, talk about OI. And then Kelly gives a speech about, which is horrible, about, she took her daughter to the doctor in Baltimore. And then they called CPS because she had all these bruises and they thought she was beating on her. And then they had to stay there for a month. It was a horrible story. Kelly, I am starting to like you a lot more. I am starting to like Kelly a lot more. And she was like, she had to be there for a month until one doctor looked into the baby's eyeball and said, oh, it's blue around her eyes. She has this IO disease or whatever. And that's why they're here to buy product and merch through Balmain for the babies, not for the baby, for the foundation that helped her baby. And I also want to say, even though they was in Balmain, I clocked what Porsha had on. She was in Dolce & Gabbana. Her and Pilar. Well, I don't know if Pilar's was Dolce & Gabbana, but I know that the lemon outfit with the little straps, that was Dolce & Gabbana. She also had a Dolce & Gabbana when her and Kelly met up for that awkward lunch, but that's neither here nor there. I was like, she and Balmain wearing Dolce & Gabbana. They do that? I guess. I don't know. And then Drew shows up 66 minutes late. Why nobody was asking, where's Drew? Drew. She showed up even after Kelly did her speech. She missed the whole speech. She missed what the whole dang event was about. And then Porsha sat down, child, talking my child, I gotta save my money. I'm filing for divorce. I can't be spending bags and stuff. So Angela comes to Shamea and her nose. Angela and her nose comes to Shamea. Shamea kind of pays her dust because of the last episode when she came after her, like, are you Porsha spokesperson? And they go back and forth with her. And then she was like, she asked Angela, are you Drew's spokesperson? Are you speaking on Drew's behalf? And she was like, I am. And then apparently, I kept seeing that lady. It was a lady. It was some Fox Locks blonde. I'm like, oh, that's Drew's sister. Remember, that's her. That's her weight. That's her light. That's her muscle, who she carries with her. Because remember when she was at the party, she went out, but she wanted to talk to Porsha so bad. So Porsha bought. Drew bought Allison, aka Debo. So then Shamea and Angela go back and forth. Shamea says you're 99 represent for the 99-2000. And she calls her Flavor Flav. And she's like, I did dress up in Flavor Flav. But Angela was saying that, like, Flavor Flav, if you know the group, whatever, Chuck D was like on the background. Flavor Flav was a hype man. It was lame. It was giving real girl. We ain't even, your reads ain't even landing. Anyway, so that was basically that scene. There was a lot of back and forth with them. And in that scene, I was like, Porsha, defend your friend. Like, this lady in her 90s nose is coming for your friend. She said a little yang. Because Kenya was like, what are y'all talking about? You talking about people, whatever. She was like, well, it's tit for tat. But the way that Shamea go up for Porsha, the energy don't hit the same. It do not hit the same. It's not the same. Their energy in this scene is not the same. It's not giving best friend. And the way that Porsha is trying to paint Shamea to be a bad person, girl, she only told you what the girls were saying. If she did not tell you that them girls was talking about you, oh, she took that lady husband, that would be a bad friend. The fact that she took you to the strip club and told you, she was being a friend. She wasn't being messy. And she set Kelly aside before her own birthday party started and said, anything you need to talk about to Porsha, talk to Porsha. Not to say that she was being messy or whatever. Anyway, I don't like the way Porsha handling Shamea. And honestly, Bravo been playing a lot of the old episodes of Housewives before it comes on Sunday. And I'm like, all this time, Porsha, I root for you, girl. I've been rooting for you since Cordell put you out in trash bags and you glowed up. And I remember that time you walked in, you love your Hennessy, you walked in all cock-legged with the Hennessy bottle. Girl, I love you down and I love you. And I don't want this show to ruin you and Shamea's relationship. Y'all being friends, and I have friends since that same age, and we about the same age, and I hope this show don't ruin y'all, but it seems like it already has before y'all start filming. Y'all just putting on for the cameras. And then we have one scene where Shamea goes to Drew and apologizes. Hey, I ain't trying to embarrass you like that. I just want to know, it was tea. They kissed it out. And then apparently with the ladies there and all of this and nose talk and Angela looking like LaToya Jackson. And she does. Angela Oakley don't fit. It won't work. No. And then Drew wants to take herself to Porsha, sit down. Porsha been sick like the last couple episodes. Some coffee. And Brooklyn is so cute. Brooklyn said, my mama said she gonna text you. I was like, look at Brooklyn. She didn't grow up. It's cute. And then Drew was like, you want to talk to me? Let's talk. Like with her chest out. And then Porsha said, where the audacity coming from? Where all the audacity coming from? She's like, oh, Heavy D in the back. Her sister, Allison. Because Drew, you ain't had none of that smoke at Shamea's house. That's why I don't like you, Drew. You so fake. You gotta get your sister to do your dirty work? Huh? Anyway, y'all, that's my recap on episode 3, High Notes and Cheap Shots. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to add more things and do more things and add more content. But I need the people who are watching in the blinders to like. Can y'all like it? Can y'all subscribe? Subscribe. Click the button. And all you do, just hit it. That's all you gotta do. Just hit the button like, doop. That's all I do. When I like people channel, I just hit it. Boop. When I like a comment, I comment. Sometimes I don't comment. But you don't have to comment. Just like and subscribe. But anyway, y'all have a great night. And we'll see you on my next video. This is a Ms. B. Bye, y'all.